So, Miss Bobby Dole was at the USA Turning Point, and she got to sit down with Charlie Kirk's wife. Since Charlie Kirk was a white supremacist, most probably his wife is also just like him. And since Charlie Kirk hated a lot of minorities, most probably his wife is just like him. Right, so Nicki Minaj thought it's a good idea as someone that is a black immigrant in America to sit down with a woman like Charlie Kirk, a woman like Charlie Kirk's wife, and talk about the so-called issues, right? So I don't care for the whole turning point thing, but I care for certain things that Nicki Minaj said, right? So so there is a song of Nicki Minaj's that was trending on TikTok, Bees in the Trap. So it seems as if whoever is responsible for the White House social media used her song in one of the videos, right? So she now started as kissing Donald Trump and, etc., etc., right? So Nicki Minaj says, I think she was talking about beauty standard and representation. So she was like, I do not need a white woman with blonde hair and blue eyes to tell me that I'm beautiful as a black woman. And she said a whole lot of stuff as well. Also, the boys, be boys, whatever. So I just want to talk about that.
If as black women we felt that we were not being represented and not being admired for our beauty, if we felt like that as black women, why would we want to do that to other women? Amen. Why would we now need to make other people downplay their beauty so that we can feel, no, that's not how it works. I don't need someone with blonde hair and blue eyes to downplay their beauty because I know my beauty. Do you understand? It doesn't bother me that a woman feels and says that she's beautiful.
You know what? I know that Nicki Minaj's bobs are gonna be in my comment section or whatever, and I'm just like, you know what? You guys are just as brain dead as this brainless Barbie doll of yours that you guys are so obsessed about. If it doesn't pay your bills to be defending celebrities that do not even know about your existence, don't care about you, do not pay your bills, then you're just a brainless idiot like these celebrities, right? So, a lot can be said about Nicki Minaj, and honestly, most of it is bad. She's just a horrible woman. There's a lot. And I don't care to get into, excuse me, most of it, but what I mainly want to talk about, number one, is black celebrities will always feel like they're not black once they get money. Most black celebrities, right? She is she is aligning herself with white supremacists, racist people, homophobic people, because of the fact that she is an exception, right? She is a multi-millionaire, a black woman that is a multi-millionaire. So she feels like she feels protected from racism, because the only reason why as a black person you will align yourself with people who are openly racist, people who are funding wars like Trump, who are funding wars in other countries, is because you feel like being rich makes you safe. It keeps you safe, and you'll never experience things that the average black American goes through, that the average black African goes through, right? So that is most probably her logic behind aligning herself with these people. And secondly, you as a black woman, instead of using your platform to uplift black women, you're creating this narrative that black women are jealous of white women's beauty. And according to history, babe, that is not how it is. So actually, this stereotype that or this racist narrative that black women are jealous of white women's beauty, or why do we have to downplay somebody else's beauty by your brainless mother Barbie? So basically it's actually the other way around. When colonizers invaded certain parts of the world, especially Africa, because Black Americans are the people that were enslaved from Africa. African women have always had very creative, beautiful looking hair. You know, hair in Africa is a cultural thing. So, when the colonizers started coming with their women, the black women's beauty was so powerful, was so deeply cultural, that white men started being attracted to black women. And of course, black women are the blueprint when it comes to expressing beauty and culture in hair and stuff. Black women have always been the deeply rooted in culture. Our beauty has always been like so timeless, so elegant and everything else. So I am not even Black American, but I know this because of the history pages that I follow. So in Black America, there was something called Tignon law, which was basically was a thing of white women got jealous because of the beauty and how versatile black women's hair were. So there was a law that forced that forced black women to cover their hair. You know, white women wanted black women to suppress their beauty, but actually it ended up backfiring because black women would style these head wraps. So that brainless Barbie doll rapper, she's such an idiot. She doesn't know her own history. You know what? This is not surprising to me. This brainless Barbie married a rapist and continued to threaten her husband's victim. So let me play you a clip of how Nicki Minaj threatened and harassed her husband's rape victim.
Lawsuit she filed against
so we can
Nicki
further
Minaj
indulge
and
in
her
the
husband,
stupidity.
Kenneth Petty, a lawsuit accusing them of harassment and intimidation, among other charges. We believe that all women's voices have the right to be heard, which is why we invited her to come here today. Please welcome Jennifer Huff and her lawyer, Tyrone Blackburn. Welcome, guys.
Yeah, welcome to the show, Jennifer and Tyrone. Jennifer, I know this is not an easy thing for you to do, so we're going to take our time. After being silent for so long, why are you here speaking up today?
I'm tired of being afraid. I feel like the actions that were taken in regards to this whole situation have put me in a different type of fear at my age now, and it was wrong, and I don't want to be afraid anymore. So the only way not to be afraid is to continue to speak up.
Now, Jennifer, I'm going to read because I don't want to make a mistake because this is an important story. Though Kenneth Petty first denied the rape charges, he was charged with first-degree rape, subsequently pleaded guilty to attempted rape, and spent over 4 years in prison, according to the inmate records. Did you feel that justice was served?
I don't think I thought about justice per se because I was still blaming myself.
Okay.
I thought it was something that I did or didn't do. So I don't think I thought about if I got justice. I just knew he did what he did and he went to jail, and
Nicki Minaj is an evil, vile bitch. Okay? She harassed her husband's victim, tried to get her husband's victim to change the story, tried to lie and change, but the court documents are there. That man raped this lady, and this lady had scars on her neck. Okay? That's up to you to do more research and look into it. So, as a black woman, you have no business supporting Nicki Minaj. I would even prefer that you support Cardi B. As problematic as she is, you know what? I even prefer Cardi B. I'm not a fan of either of them, but hey, I would even prefer that you support Cardi B. You know, if you really have to support these bird brain rappers, it's okay. So, Nicki Minaj, you are making it seem as if black women are these unreasonable, crazy people. But you harassed a black woman. Your husband raped as a black woman, and you continue to harass a black woman. You know what? I wish nothing but horrible things to her and that man of hers for harassing this poor lady. For those that are interested in the interview, go on The Real, type Jennifer Who and The Real, and watch that whole. This lady is so traumatized, you know. Imagine finding out that your finding out that the man that violated you is married to now one of the world's biggest rappers, and then they're using their money to target you, to make you change your story. Can you imagine how horrible this is? Can you just imagine how traumatic this is? So NICKI has bullied people behind the scenes, a lot of people behind the scenes. A lot of artists have spoken against her, but I won't forget how she publicly bullied and shamed Megan. Yes, Megan, I am a fan of her in terms of like her personality and her music, but you know, there were very problematic things about her. I'm going to give Megan grace because people change, but Megan also does have a problematic side as well. So I won't forget how Nicki Minaj made it a point to say the most vile, the most shallow things, the most horrible things about Megan. A girl that is so much younger than her, a girl that doesn't even have parents. Like, you are way older than Megan. You're supposed to be an example of how an older black woman acts. But of course, Miss Brainless Barbie bullied Megan, has bullied many other artists. And, you know, at first, I thought that Cardi B was just being dramatic when it comes to like Nicki. But I believe that Nicki did try to sabotage Cardi behind the scenes, because how is it that Nicki doesn't get along with any female rapper? Yes, all these female rappers are problematic, Lotto or whatever. I'm not invested in them, but it's like, it's not a coincidence when somebody has an issue with everybody. So in conclusion, you guys, Nicki Minaj does not like black women, has never used a platform to uplift black women. In fact, there's a song that she did years ago where she called like natural black hair nappy hair. So she called black women with natural hair. So the lyric goes, these nappy headed hoes need a perminator. You know, she's always embracing how her father is of mixed race, Indian, Chinese, or whatever. And he even had this Chinese tattoo. You know, black people that don't want to be black usually always make it a point to highlight the races that they are mixed with, the cultures that are non-black. You know, people that don't like being black always claim, they always want to claim a different culture. They always want to claim to be mixed with something. And clearly, Nicki Minaj has got self-hatred issues, and this woman has never been for black women. So, black women, I'm begging you, in the name of God, stop supporting black women who are using their platform to paint you as a villain, who are using their platform to make you seem crazy, to push these racist stereotypes. Because the media, the reason why black women want to be presented in the media is because of the fact that for a very long time, media has been controlled by rich, racist, white people. Black women have never been, for a very long time, black women were never in modeling, were never in the media. And even if black women would be put in the media, would be models, would be actresses, but they were not represented in the right manner. Just always these racist stereotypes, ghetto, unattractive, loud attitude, as if now every black woman is like loud, like all these crazy racist like stereotypes, So if black women are jealous of white women, why are white women the one that are doing their butts, their boobs? People of African descent are the ones that are known for having bigger features. So yeah, you guys, I don't want to go on for too long. This is her nasty little husband that she married, knowing very well of his criminal past. So black women, please deattach before I knock your shit out. Thank you so much for watching, you guys. Mwah, mwah.